What's going on? It's actually, it's lunchtime. It's Friday. I'm making a video quickly. Sorry, I apologize. I've been crazy busy. We survived the hurricane, working on new stuff, and some of you might have noticed behind me for a lot of videos that. But misting kits have been popular, and we've got all this stuff that we need to get out of these craftsmen. I know. It's red at least. Get them out of here and get these into drawers. But the problem with these stock drawers is at any time we put stuff in there like that, and now we start working on a project, Jen, me, whatever, you got to come over here, grab what you need. Even with these old craftsman drawers, we had bins, and actually we 3D print and sell these bins for that. If they're not on the website, just message us, but we're working on adding stuff. Preview, sneak peek, there's something under here that we're adding to this. So we have all these items, and we want to get these into some bins. Now, we don't do a lot of the PACKOUT drawer bins, but we definitely partner with some awesome people. You guys seen we do 10 Spot Tools partnering. We also have been selling Neat Tools pin kits forever, and we also like to show off other people's great stuff. And Neat has some really, neat bins for the PACKOUT drawers. This is a bin that is designed to work with the 3-drawer. That is the one big size, 2 little, or one of those big 4-drawer bins. So as you can see, 4-drawer PACKOUTs. Bins fit right in to the stock dividers. You don't even have to have the dividers, okay? He's got a lot of different options. Let me show you. We'll get a closer look. And before we even go crazy, look at how he packs these. So these are sort of a slimline series. And you can see what we have here. We have 2 ways. When we have 0 ways, cool little logo embedded in it. Then on the bigger, right, which this equals that, we have another 0 way, okay? We then have a 3-way with a big bin and 2 littles. That's great, right? Especially if you're doing something like these, you're gonna want a bigger bin if you're gonna have a lot, but if you're doing something like these, this is a little bit better of an option, or that is a better option. We then go into 4 ways as well, and we have big 2 ways. So Milwaukee was gracious enough to include, these little divider setups, and then in between them you can subdivide these, as you can see, in really small increments. But the problem is that if you put this part in here and then you want to go sit down comfortably, you either have to take the whole drawer out, hence like we do over there, or you got to put it in a bin. So he's got us covered. I would not necessarily say this is the best bin for these parts, but these definitely can go in these big 0 ways. And then you can see how all of these are fitting in. And if you don't have this divider in place, it doesn't matter. The bins still fit in here regardless. And you can see how quickly I can make this an extremely, for lack of better terms, neat setup. I'm going to go ahead and, because I have my work surface, pull that out a little bit. I could do that, right? And now I've got all of these combinations of places to put hardware, and pull them out, take them to go. We'll work on a misting kit. We're good to go. Now, speaking of bins, we also have bins for the RIDGID setup. So, a couple people told me that RIDGID is the best Milwaukee anti-theft device there is, which is you get one of those black RIDGID toolboxes without the clear lids, you fill it up with nice expensive tools. Okay, so here we have the RIDGID parts organizer, and we have a bunch of bin options, and we're going to zoom in close on these as well. And we actually need your help on this because we have a bunch of different choices, right? So we have an upper bin. For every option, you're going to want an upper bin, okay? Because if you have just a lower bin and you close the lid on this, all those parts are going to fall out. But you can put this on top and it holds them in. Now, we have deep bins for the top and the bottom. That makes up your height. But then we also have these nice little shallow bins. Now this shallow bin, if you use this in combination with this, it is not enough to take up the space. So you really only want to use these with a bunch of big hardware in the bottom, okay? And then these work really well with these. And what I want to know, what I want your opinion on, we'll go into a second once I sort of show you all these. You can see this is a 3-way. Unequal sizes, this is a 3-way equal divided. 4-way top bin, 6-way top bins, 6-way top slim. This is great if you want to put big hardware in there, and then little hardware there. Sort of similar option with that. What's that? This is not even all the options. So go ahead and we're going to go back to the big guy. And this is what I want to know, right? Is shopping cart systems, they're a slight pain in the butt. So I could sell this to you individually, and I could sell this bin to you individually. But this bin right here is sort of useless if you don't have this top one. So what we were thinking about doing was just making this the umpteenth number of combinations, where 2-way with a 2-way bottom, and this would be like 2-way A, this would be 2-way B. If they both go this way, they're both 2-way A's, right? The thing is you might want to take this bin and mix it with a 4-way, or you might want a 3-way. So do you want to be able to buy these all 100% individual, bottom and top, or do you want it as a bundle? And the reason I ask you is because you can't use this bottom by yourself unless you don't care if the hardware spills when you don't have a top, which we definitely sold them this way once before when we used just PayPal. And customers would message us and say, hey, I put my hardware in here when I got to the job site and I lifted my thing up, and my toolbox, my parts organizer went like this, everything dumped out. And I was like, well, not to sound like a jerk, but did you know you had to put a top bin on top to keep the stuff from falling out? So I think most of you guys are smarter than that. And I would love to just sell this as a bottom bin 4-way and a top bin 4-way, and you add with the 2 to the cart that you want. So I'd love to know your opinion on what you would think the best way is, and how you guys would go to a site and expect to add something like that to your cart, because there's just a lot of different possibilities. So this is coming to the site soon. If you need it before it's on the site, you definitely can message us. But I will put a link to Neat Tools' website for these. We do sell Neat Tools pin kits and battery holders over at shop.jakeofall.com, so you can check that out as well. And I don't know what kind of day you're having, but I'm having a great day. So I hope you do too, and I hope you check out the description. I hope that you like and subscribe, and shoot, you know what, do us a solid, share this with your friends, let them know there's a lot more options out there, not just for PACKOUT, but for PACKOUT too. So yeah, it's the Binzapalooza, and you guys have a good one. I got to get back to editing, honestly.